What's happening, folks? Welcome back to the channel. It is a starting 11 prediction for tomorrow's trip to Tannadice, where we can finally seal the league title mathematically on our own accord tomorrow. We only need a point in the game. We're 15 points clear of Rangers, 15 points to play for, and just the 40 odd goals better off than them as well. So let's hope tomorrow we can do it in style, and everybody around the world can enjoy another league title party. We've had some brilliant days up at Tannadice. If you think about the 2008 league title, Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink getting the winning goal just after Tommy Burns passed away, being the standout league title memory at Tannadice, and you only have to look a couple of years back for that one each draw on the night under Ange Postecoglou in his first season, when we were in the same situation where we only needed a point to get it over the line. I remember that night well. Absolutely loved it. So let's hope tomorrow we don't just get a point, we get all three, and we continue in this vein of form that we've had from the last 2 weeks. We seem to have really banished that wobble that we had leading up to that 1-0 defeat at St Johnstone. We were talking a lot about the lack of speed in the team's play, how they were starting games had really dropped off as well. But if you look at the last 2 weeks, we've scored 8 goals over the two first halves, 10 goals in the last 2 games in total. So we're starting games properly again. The team seems to be in a nice groove off the back of these last 2 performances. And let's hope we can go and really take the game to Dundee United from minute 1 tomorrow. They're in decent form. They are off the back of 3 straight 1-0 wins. We know they can make it difficult for you. We know how Jim Goodwin's teams play. They made it difficult for us just before Christmas. The last time we went up to Tannadice, it was 0-0, albeit we had a slightly changed team that day. If you remember, combination injury and I think a few other issues. We were really poor on the day. It was quite a drab game. As I say, it did finish 0-0, but tomorrow the players have got to be full of motivation and focus to go and get this title over the line. I listened to Callum McGregor yesterday talk about how this is the opportunity for the players to get the gratification and for all the hard work and everything they've put in since day one of pre-season to come to fruition tomorrow by winning a league title. Is what they all work towards. It's what they deserve for the way they've played this season, for everything that they've put in. And the league title is the big one. I know that we've won the League Cup, we're on course for another treble, which is amazing, but I think for the supporters, for the management and for the players, the league title is obviously the big goal every single season. It's the thing that tells everybody you are by far the best team in the country, and it's what you spend most of the season working towards. So it's a really big carrot for the players tomorrow. I know somebody like Callum has won loads of them. There is players in the team who have arrived this season who it will be their first one. Even someone like Ida, who was involved for 6 months of last season, for his first full season to finish in a league title. Engels, those guys who haven't really experienced this before. It's a brilliant opportunity for them tomorrow, and like I say, I hope they take it with both hands. Let's turn our attention to the starting lineup then, and like I say, with the last 2 games, it's really difficult to make a case for the manager making any real changes to the team because we've started the game so well, we've won so convincingly. I expect it to be Sinisalo in goals. Still no Schmeichel back in contention. Not long to go now for Casper. We'll see what happens with him, if he's going to be involved before the end of the season or not. Back 4, Johnston, Carter Vickers, Scales and Taylor. Again, I think they've all done well. A lovely ball for Liam Scales in the build-up to Adam Ida's goal, where he slid it in for Hatate, and Hatate's got the presence of mind to just pick out Ida in the middle. I think Taylor, again, another good performance, really coming inside the pitch quite aggressively, comfortable on the ball. I expect him to keep his place as well. Like I say, there's just no real arguments to be made for any weak points in the last 2 performances, and I think that's the reason that Brendan Rodgers will want to keep that kind of continuity. Midfield, McGregor, Hatate, Engels, a really, really good performance from Hatate last weekend, following up that performance where he scored twice against Kilmarnock as well. So nice wee burst of form for Hatate. The thing that has been levelled at him this season and for much of his Celtic career has been about consistency, but let's hope this groove of form that he's in now can last through until the end of the season, into the cup final, because I think he was really, really good last weekend. Engels, quieter, Again, like I say, his first opportunity to be involved in winning a league title for Celtic. It'd be nice to see him step up and perform and have some big moments. I know there's still the jury out on him in some quarters. I think you can understand that in terms of when you see the likes of Hatate and the impact that he can have on games in terms of his creativity from open play, the goals that he's getting from open play. There's no doubt we know what Engels' qualities are. He's brilliant technically. I think his dead ball striking has been superb. He scored a lot of goals this season. He's been near flawless from the penalty spot. I think he's only missed one. A lot of good set piece deliveries, but I think from open play, there's still a bit of a desire for from a lot of the supporters to see him impose himself more on games. And I think that's natural for a Celtic midfielder to have those expectations. He's young, he's still developing. That's something that he's got to grow into. And let's hope we can get a big performance from him tomorrow. Front three, again, I don't think there's any need for Brendan Rodgers to change it. James Forrest on the right-hand side, very good last weekend again, I thought. He seems to be so much more direct than Kuhn, certainly in recent weeks and months. He's much more direct than Kuhn has been. Again, he's been out for a long time. Seems to have come back relatively sharp. You think about him at this stage of his career, 33. He spent 3 or 4 months out with an ankle injury, and he's come back and he's looked really fit, really sharp. I know he's only still playing maybe 60, 65 minutes, but when he's on the pitch, he's a real outlet for us. He's creative. He gets it as fullback. And I think he's got to keep his place tomorrow. We're all willing him to score a goal. It'd be nice if he could get a goal tomorrow in a game that sealed the league title. He's going for this 16th consecutive season of scoring in the league for Celtic, which is obviously an amazing record. It'd be brilliant to see him get that tomorrow, but I think he's done more than enough to keep his place in the team right now. That'll mean Dyson's on the left, and Ida will play through the middle. A lot of talk off the pitch about Ida last weekend. He did get on the score sheet. It was a really well worked goal. He did take up a good position in the 6-yard box and put it away. A real poacher's goal scorer's goal. Let's hope he can build on that. Again, he's one probably in a similar boat to Engels, where people are maybe wanting just a wee bit more from him on a consistent, regular basis. You could argue that he's not had the longest run of games this season. He has had opportunities though with Kyogo departing, but Dyson stepped up and really performed so well. I think Dyson getting 2 goals from the left-hand side last weekend just means that, again, Brendan Rodgers will want to keep that continuity, and at some point in the game, I've no doubt Dyson will probably move through the middle, but based on the strength of the last 2 performances, the number of goals we're scoring, the number of chances we're creating, I think that's the team that Brendan Rodgers is going to go with tomorrow. Wherever you're watching the game around the world, if you're going, enjoy it. Let's hope we are going to be celebrating another league title tomorrow night. I'm really looking forward to it. It should be a brilliant atmosphere at Tannadice. We'll be with you after the game with the full-time reaction and hopefully the post-match pint back at Malone's in Glasgow as well. So like the video, give us your own thoughts on the team below, and we will see you tomorrow. Thank you.